What's going on, guys? It's your boy Phillips POV. We're back with part 5 of rebuilding this BMW E92 M Sport. So as you guys can see, it's actually taken apart once again. Now I'm gonna explain what's going on right now. So I did actually off camera, I did two things. I changed the cabin air filter and I changed the filter inside the air intake right there. I didn't really want to record this because it's not really anything that has to do with the rebuild. It's kind of more of like a maintenance item, but I had to get that done. So as you guys can also see, I kind of got this new mic. I'm just testing it out. I don't know. I hope the audio is pretty good, but hopefully this will reduce some of the background noise from other things and you guys can actually hear me speaking. As you guys can see right now, what I'm doing is I actually bolted the fender right, because there's two bolts that go right into the fender from this side, but because windshield wiper fluid reservoir is right there, we have to actually take it off partially so that we can get those bolts in. So I was able to get those settled in, and now I'm basically gonna start putting the fender liner back and kind of get that all buttoned down before I move to the other side to do the same thing. So you guys are about to see the time lapse of that. Let's just get started, guys. It's a beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, so we'll see what happens. Let's do it. See, now I just actually finished up putting the fender liner on, and I actually tightened up the two bolts that go to the fender, and I'm actually just gonna put in the little clips that hold the side skirt on from the side, because hold on, give me guys. As I was saying, I'm going to put on the clips that actually go to the side skirts, which I believe are these guys right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should have 5 of each, looks like. So let's go ahead and toss those in. I just want to talk to you guys, show you guys, let you guys know the build is coming along. I've honestly had a great time working on this car. I used to actually have a coupe E92. There was a 328, and that car was also the same as this, except it wasn't an M Sport. It was just a sport package, but it was a really nice car. It was actually my first car I ever had. That car is definitely one of my favorites, and honestly, to have this coupe back, especially an M Sport, I honestly have a lot of plans for this car. This is going to be my daily, but I still want to, add the little bit of touches like I have on my E90. What we're going to do next is go over to the other side of the vehicle and do the same thing. Is we're going to tighten these bolts that are right here. Now we're going to tighten the two bolts that go on the inside through the fender liner to the rear door back there for the fender. The difference between that side and this side is that on the driver's side there's no reservoir right there, so that we can actually we don't have to take the fender liner off fully, we can just insert the bolts. But I am going to lift the car, that way I can fully get into there and kind of loosen some of the bolts of the fender liner in order to actually get my bolts in there, because you need to put your hand in there, which is kind of difficult when there's a fender liner there. So I'm gonna try my best to not have to take it off, but I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up on this side and you guys will get to see the whole process of that. Now, a few things to mention also, just because why not, you know. I do need new fender liners, so I have to order those, guys. I know there's a few minor things. For example, I believe there's a bracket on the driver's side that connects to the bumper that this side has, but that side, it was broken, so I need to buy that. Now, thankfully, my brother was actually looking for the parts that we needed for this vehicle, and he was able to find the passenger side curtain airbag, as well as the driver's side seatbelt tensioner. Now, after scanning the codes, it turns out that we also need to replace both the tensioners for the seatbelt on the driver's side, and we need to replace the seatbelt tensioner on the passenger side. What that means is we're actually gonna have to take apart the whole side right here of the BMW on the inside, so that way we can get that seatbelt out and kind of work on that. And we also do have the steering wheel airbag, which my brother actually already had. He just had an extra one, so we're just gonna go ahead and toss that one in there. And at the end of the rebuild, guys, I'm gonna be doing a little price breakdown. I wanna be as transparent as possible and show you guys, you know, what it takes to really rebuild a vehicle. How much is it gonna cost you? I personally think I did get a steal of a deal, but I haven't added up all the numbers. Once we do, that's kind of gonna judge whether we got a good deal or did we kind of screw ourselves. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. It's getting kind of dark and I can't film too much. The only thing I am gonna do off camera is I'm just gonna switch the headlight modules on the passenger side headlight that we bought a new one for. And I'm going to also replace the headlight bulbs so that they're actually even and the same headlight bulbs. As you guys can see right here, we got the fog lights installed as well as the grills on the bumper. We got the rear front fender liners installed as well as the fenders are bolted on. The only thing is there's going to be a little bit of adjustment in order to get them aligned with the hood, but we're going to do that once we get a few more parts so that we can actually mount the front end officially. So I'll see you guys in whenever we get those parts in. Bye.